Hi, this is Vicki from Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome back to our flowers learning session. Did you have fun last week? Did your child have a favorite flower? I kind of like the spiky ones. And what did they think of working with the wiki sticks? Are you ready for this week's activities? Well, let's get started. Well, we hope that you and your learner got a good chance to really look at the flowers and learn their different parts. Did you find all of them? With some of the tiny flowers, it was hard to find all of the different pieces. Well, this week we're going to start off with an art project. I love to do stamping, and we're going to use an unusual stamp, actually celery. Now, we've tried this in the office and it was pretty fun, and let me pass on some tips about when we explored doing this. One, it's better if you do the celery, use the celery that's dry. When we pulled it out of the water and mixed it with paint, we ended up with a wet mess, which didn't turn out that well. And then for the stamping, you're going to want to use the most level end, whichever one's the straightest. Um, Otherwise, it's hard to get a really good imprint. Don't dip the celery in the paint. Instead of paint the celery, a Q-tip works really well, but you can also use your fingers. Um, And if you want to change colors when so if you're going for the red to the orange, you just wipe off the last color with a damp paper towel, and that makes a new clean surface. If you want to mix colors, then just use the paint on top of it, and you end up with something completely different. Well, I can't wait to see what you guys end up making with your celery stamps. Should be really fun. This is activity number 5, and in your box you're going to find a piece of cardboard with the number 5. And then on the front of it is a white piece of paper that has edges sticking out past the edge of the cardboard, basically a tab on the right and a tab on the left. This paper is actually covering the sticky surface of contact paper. So when you're ready to use this activity, you want to take the white paper off and you'll be left with a piece of cardboard with stems painted on it, like mine, and a piece of clear sticky paper. Now, our sticky paper has lines on it so you could actually see it in the photo. And then you'll find these little plastic pieces that they call brain flakes in a bag number 5. Now you could ask your child to put 2 flowers on the first stem or only blue ones on the second and red, purple, and black ones on the last one. And then they can tell you how many flowers they've actually put on the stems of them. There's all sorts of classification, sorting, counting that could be done here. And if your child enjoyed the sticky paper, tell the family coordinators before they come out for the next delivery, and we can send you some more. And we'll send some transparent counters, and you can actually set up a window that they can use the sticky surface on, and you can make your own gardens right on your window. Now, this is activity number 6. When I was little, we made flower chains and wore them on our heads like crowns. Ours were made out of dandelions, those yellow flowers that people think are weeds. We cut a slit through the flower and then passed one flower through, and then did it all the way through until we were at the end. And that may sound too complicated for our little ones, so what we decided to do was to give them the flower crown experience, but actually do it with paper. Now, obviously, you could make your own crown and put flowers on it, but we thought it might be easier if you started off with a crown that was already made. Obviously, you could do it with the gold side, or you can turn it inside out if you want a white background. This is actually, the white side is an actually easier to glue onto, and will make it just a little bit easier. But whichever side you decide to do, you want to first adjust the crown to fit their head and actually make it a crown, because it's really hard to not dislodge flowers when you're actually trying to put the crown together after they put their flowers on. So in a bag, also numbered 6, we have paper flowers and leaves that allow you to arrange your flowers to reflect the style of the wearer. There are a couple other ways to do it. We've seen using a piece of construction paper like what's been done here, where it's really wide and you can kind of see it as part of it, or a smaller piece and the flowers really kind of take over whatever way you decide to make your flower crown, whether it's out of flowers or paper or a crown that's got papers, flowers on it. I'm sure your child will look regal. Would love to see some pictures of your kids wearing them. I think it should be really fun. Well, that's all for this week. Next week we have more flower fun. Hopefully, we'll see you back then.